Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this pretty rainbow card. So let's get started. I have a piece of basic black and this is cut at, whoops, sorry, my measurements, not that I don't know the base measurement, but I wanted to see it for the rest. Had tipped over. This is cut at 8.5 by 5.5. I did score it at 4 1/4. Alrighty, and then I have a layering piece here. This is from the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP. Now this DSP is one of our sale-a-bration items. So if you spend $50 before tax and shipping out of any of the catalogs or on the website, you can choose an item for free, and this is one of them. And I just love the papers in here. I've used it quite a bit. They're nice and bright. Let me just get to the end here so we can flip through and show you. I just think they're really pretty. So we're going to be using all of our DSP is out of this today. So our base, like I said, I don't think I said actually, is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm just going to adhere that on. If I can find my seal, here it is. Let me just move that over. There we go. All right, so we're just going to put this on like this. All right, and now I have these little rectangle pieces, and these are all four are cut the same, and they're cut at 2.5 by 1 3/4. And I'm just gonna pop these up on dimensionals. Here they are. Whoops, I'm sliding all over the place today. Alrighty. I'm just going to pop 4 dimensionals up on each corner. There we go. And then we'll put them on. And you can do this layout for really any type of card. It makes a nice background piece for anything you're doing. All right, one more to go. Probably should have done this before I started filming, but I didn't think about it. All right, so we're just going to lay them out on here, and I'm just gonna make sure they're about the same amount apart, and I'm just gonna alter them, or alternate them rather, so the same one isn't next to the same one. All right, so that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna start in my top left and just take off my dimensionals. All right, and then place it about like that. Sorry if my head's getting in the way, I hope not. All right. And then we've got the second one, and we're just gonna leave a little bit of space in between so that this edge, the center, and this edge are all about, you know, no one's gonna measure it, but they're about the same. All right, and then again, so the top in the middle, this one's, I should have put it just a smidge to the top more, but we will work with what we've got going on. And now I have dimensionals all over the place. All right, so we'll put our last piece in here, and then let's start some stamping. So I have a piece here of basic white, and the stamp set we're going to be using is Rainbows of Happiness. This is in the spring, the January to June 2022 mini catalog, and this has matching dies. We are not using the dies today, but I did just want to show them to you because this does come as a bundle. So we're going to start with the smallest part of our rainbow, and we're going to start with soft seafoam. And I'm just going to work in the center of this. This is just a piece of 5 1/4, 5 1/4 by 4. I keep a stack of those next to where I'm stamping, so it just makes it easier sometimes to grab a piece. So I'm going to start not quite in the center, just down a little bit so the rainbow will be centered, because we're going to be coming in with the layering circle dies. So then our next color is going to be Pool Party. And then we're just using the next piece of the rainbow. And I try and line up the edges, but they're not exact, and that's okay. It's not perfectly symmetrical. So then the next piece, we're going to be doing some embossing. So let me grab a scrap piece here. And we've got the words, sending you a rainbow of happiness. So what I'm going to do is just heat this really quickly to make sure the ink is dry, because when I'm embossing, I don't want anything to stay on this part that I've already stamped. And it probably was already dry. I just like to be extra careful, and I'm just going to run my embossing buddy over it. So we're going to come in with some Versamark, and we're just going to take the words and ink those up, and then again make our next layer of our rainbow, and the words come in just slightly into the last color you used at the bottom here, and that's all right. Okay, so now we'll sprinkle on some of our embossing powder. I'm using the black today. And that looks pretty good. All right, let's get the extra back in our container here. All righty. All right, and that's all set after we heated it up. And then we're going to come in with some Bermuda Bay, and we've got the bigger piece here, and we're just going to add our final layer to our rainbow. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so now what we want to do is I'm going to cut this out with the layering circle dies. So when it comes over, oh, I just made it there too. Maybe I should have started just a tad higher, but it'll work. And it does cut off right here and here, the rainbow, just a little bit, but that's okay. And this is the largest straight-edged circle in the layering circle dies. And then for the layering piece, I already did it in basic black, and this is the largest scalloped edged. So let me bring the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine up here. Alrighty. And again, I'm just going to outline the top of the rainbow with the circle die. And just make sure it's about centered on the going this way. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll grab that and get this out of our way. So there's our circle, and then we're just going to adhere it with some seal onto the layering piece of basic black. Alrighty, now what we're going to do is pop this up on dimensionals as well. I'm just going to put 4 corners in again. All right, and then we're just going to center that right in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is make a little bow here. This is the Pool Party sheer ribbon. I think this is in the annual catalog. I'm pretty sure. All right, so let's just make a pretty bow. Whoops, did I lose it? Nope, I got it. All right, so then you just want to fuss with it to get it how you like it, however big or small you want it. And I'm just going to trim off the edges here. Maybe we'll leave it a little longer than we did on the sample. And then I need a glue dot. So I'm just going to curl it with my finger so it's more in a line. And then place it on the back. And then just center it right towards the bottom. And that is all there is to it. You just want to make sure you can see the words still too. It just goes over just a little bit. But this is the one we made, and here is our original. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Have a great day.